Hello, Taurus sisters. This is just hopefully a short video. I want to talk to you about how the mainstream social media platforms are making it harder and harder for people like me to keep in touch with you and what you can do about it. So I've noticed, we all notice, all of us creators notice this, that it gets harder and harder for us to reach you. And some people I know have been outright banned from YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Right now, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But I notice on Facebook, when I try to post a link to my website or a link to a YouTube, they do not show it to you. They can control who sees it. You actually have to go to my page and see all the stuff I posted. Also, last week, I tried to monetize videos over on my Facebook page. And I know the videos are a drag, but they help to pay the bottom line bills of Taurus sisters. And I would rather take money from Facebook and from YouTube than from you. So that's why we all turn on ads. Facebook wouldn't allow it. And it's not because I don't meet the requirements of the numbers. And they told me a long time ago, in another instance, 3-4 years ago, that they don't support my business. They don't support my type of business. And I think we all know why. So they're making it harder and harder. And in the last couple of days, I'm seeing a sort of a mass exodus of people leaving Facebook to go to other platforms. And here's what I've seen this happen over the last few years. Everybody leaves and they go to this platform, or everybody says, I'm out of here, and they go to that platform. And then sometimes those other platforms just they're not sustainable for whatever reason. So here's what I recommend you do. I understand leaving Facebook or whatever, totally get that. I probably will do it eventually too. Get on my email list if you like the stuff I share. Because you might leave Facebook and then you come back and I'm not there anymore. Or my YouTube gets shut down, or who knows what. If you want to stay in touch with ministries and organizations and teachers or people that you like, go to their websites and get on their email list. Almost all of us have an email list. On my page, you're going to go to the bottom. I think it's in the footer, or you hit the blog, and then you'll see in the sidebar on the blog, you get on my email list. And I don't say this to market to you. I mean, I do some stuff like that, but just to keep in touch, so because we're starting to move around to different platforms. And to you folks out there who have a ministry, start an email list. Start doing what I'm doing and telling people, give me your email so that I can stay in touch with you. Because here's the thing. None of us creators really own our Facebook page. It's called a Facebook page because they own it. And they can suppress it and shut it down anytime they want. We don't own it. Same with my YouTube channel. I don't own it. YouTube is giving me space because it benefits them, of course. So these are not things that we own. We're just using their space. Now, my website, I own that. And my email list, I own my email list. But there's one other thing I want to say to you, especially you creators, about your email list. I just saw another creator forwarded to me. When we email you folks, we use an email, what I call a third-party email service. We don't just use our regular Gmail account. That would never work. So we use, and I'm not going to say the names of them, but there's some common big services out there where we pay them a monthly fee. And that's one of my Taurus sisters' expenses, is I pay a monthly fee to this company, and they have a way for me to send mass emails all at once. One of those companies just made a statement, a modification to their user agreement, saying something like, we reserve the right to shut you down, I guess, for anything. And they always have, if they think we're spamming or something, they will shut us down. But the verbiage was more like, if we don't believe in your values, we're shutting you down. And that concerns me. And I've been wondering if this kind of stuff would come, because I'm a big believer in email lists. Because if I have your email, I can stay in touch with you no matter where I put my stuff out. I can send you an email and I can say, click here and you're going to go see my stuff. But if my email service shuts my account down, then what? So for all you other creators out there, and I need to be better at this too, we need to export our lists every month. Every month, because your list of emails is staying within that email service. And when they shut you down, they're not going to let you go back in there and export and download your list. It's up to us to do it every month in case they shut you down unexpectedly. I doubt that they're going to give us a warning. So export your list from whatever service you use. And if you don't have a service, email me. I'll send you a link to the service I'm using that I don't, I know that I sound a little paranoid. And I never used to think like this, but I'm seeing these things happen. And I think it's going to get worse. The world hates our message. It's just how it is. They just do. So before you leave Facebook, find on Facebook where you can go and see all the pages you've liked over the years. And if there's some in there, just review them, because you're going to forget who you follow. Like me, sometimes I don't post on Facebook for a week or two, so you might forget about me. Understandable. So go look through your likes and see if there's any ministries that you want to keep hearing from, and go to their website. And see, this is the biggest hassle with all of this, right? It's a hassle for us all now. We have to work harder both ways. For you to hear from me, you have to give me your email address and you have to open emails. And for me to stay in touch with you, I might have to move content around. We hate moving content from one platform to another. I know some people who have done it with hundreds and hundreds of videos, and I don't even know if I have the time. So I don't plan on leaving YouTube or Facebook, but maybe it won't be my choice. And so as much as I'm going to say something else though, because I've been thinking about this a lot, about all of this censorship and shutting down people that they just don't like, mostly conservative, Bible believing values. And I kind of sit around and gripe about it. But what if we always have to be open to maybe the Father is doing something that we need to be open to? So a lot of us, the internet has been sort of the Roman road of this Torah awakening. For a lot of us, we came to Torah with tools and information and videos and teachings and ebooks that we found on the internet. And of course, I think that was all part of the Father's plan to do it now, because there's no coincidences. But now if the world, the enemy, is going to make it harder for us to stay in touch through the internet. I mean, some of you don't know anybody near you, and the internet is still all you have. That is your only connection, watching videos from different teachers and stuff. But what if the enemy is going to do what he does and try to shut all those good channels down? But the Father might use it for good. And this might be another push for us to really work harder to engage in hyper-local fellowships. So be open to pivoting. And we should be doing that anyway. But maybe this movement has gained enough traction with the internet, and now it's going to go more, boots on the ground, kind of a movement. And that's why I'm seeing the future might look like hyper-local. People in your town come to you and say, tell me what you know. And you say, come to my house on Shabbat. And maybe it's time that and I say this a lot, stop waiting for other people to serve us with events and opportunities and invitations. And it's time for us to start creating those events and opportunities and invitations. And I'm speaking to myself too. And I know the world is strange right now, but just think about it. I just see the possibility that while the world is shutting us down, the Father's going to move and do something that could be, watching me on YouTube is not the same as you having 4 ladies over for coffee in your kitchen. That is so much better. And so if this is what the Father is doing, awesome. Get on board, join in. And in the meantime, I also see a possibility that, if they shut down our emails and stuff like this, this is like, I don't know that all this would happen, but I can see a possibility of, the Torah Sisters magazine coming back as a newsletter. like a small piece of paper that I actually mail to your house, nothing fancy, just real cheap, like before there was internet. So I don't know what's going to happen, but these are things I think about. And I know that you all love these channels and stuff and you want us to keep in touch. So go to all those websites, get on their email lists. And if you have a ministry, start an email list and export it. So that's all. Have a great week, sisters. Bye.